Dear guide, tonight with nature's blessings, we always start all our sessions. Myself, Desika Prabhakar, founder and director of the Purpose Foundation, and we have our CEO Lakshmi from the Purpose Foundation as well. So we welcome you to the MSME Problem Statement Session, sir. Thank you so much for joining us today. So this initiative is by the United Nations specific program called Unleash and our NGO, the Purpose Foundation. What we are trying to do is to get the real problem directly from the MSME sector and provide solutions, especially innovative solutions in the manufacturing, along with our students, trainers, mentors at the global level. So the whole of this is to provide real-time impact, real-time solution for the MSME as much as possible. This is the ultimate goal, and we are taking 100 MSME as part of this whole initiative. So this whole process will start from June 1st, where we will post your particular problem on our website, and then we will get the solutions and applications, after which we will select particular teams and form the groups who will work on developing the product or the prototype solution for you. Finally, by December, they will get the grants and funds to work and build your particular prototype or problem. In this, there is no payment or no cost or no sort of charge, hidden charge, any charge that is to be given from the MSME. There is nothing. We just completely want to support the MSME industry as much as we can. As far as the patent rights are concerned, it is on a case-to-case basis. Depending on everybody's contribution, we will try to do the most fair thing for everybody's hard work and efforts. So these are the guidelines, sir. I hope it is clear. Now we will request you to talk about your company, name of the company, your role designation, and what are the services you provide, how many years you are in the industry.
Yeah, our company name is KM Pet Industries. We started around 2008, and first production is March 2009. And then we started with pet recycling. And pet recycling, we were facing a lot of pilferage, and the raw material itself we are getting a lot of pilferage. And we calculate for mass balance of 18%. Ultimately, we land up to 33%. Continuous beat of cash loss. And when we ask pet bottle, they will send helmet, they will send all the wrappers, everything. So we lost too much on that. Then in 2014 onwards, we started diversifying, and we entered into engineering plastic recycling like nylon, ABS, and then PP with glass film. So all the post-consumer waste as well as the industrial consumer waste also we have started recycling, and it's working fair, but still recycling in India is a gimmick word. We don't get proper support from government or what you are calling as NGO or anybody. In Europe and all, we get very good support. Europe, it is mandatory that 33% of recycled product material should be mixed with your virgin. Otherwise, it won't go out of your product will not be sold in the market. That type of stringent rules are not available in India. So they say that we are recycling. Actually, we are also EPR member and PWP. And what happened over the run, we don't get any revenue, or it's like hard work. At the end of the day, no revenue. So today also we recycle some MLP, and this MLP we are doing it for some different application because it's mixed with PET and LD, PET and PP. So it's like a copolymer. So we get the copolymer with some additives to make it to around PP requirement values like MFI, all these things. And then we are supplied to automobile industry, which is Chennai is the base of automobile industry. So it's first 2 metric tons they have blended with 10%. It's working fine. So really speaking, in India, the recyclers are not being supported properly. And like Japan and all, the source itself is being segregated properly. That vision is not available in India. So whatever comes to recycler, at the end of the day, it comes with a lot of contamination. When it is contaminated, which is nowadays we get around 20 polymers in the market. 20 polymer means it's all ABS, PC, ABS, PPGF, nylon GF. So too much varieties are coming. People don't know what is what. They send everything to us, and our job is getting very much difficult. Sometimes we feel like when we work costing around 20 rupees means at the end of the day goes to 40 rupees. Only segregation. So it's like source segregation is not available in India, which has to be educated, and recyclers have to be supported. Some end of the tunnel we find. I am in the recycling industry from 2008. Actually, basically, I am a polymer technologist, and from 2008 till today, we have not gained anything, and it's no revenue or no profit. It's running like that, but future will be good because of this carbon credit and this recycling, environmental and some sustainability words are coming out nowadays in India also. So we think that the future will be good for recyclers. Other than that, basically in the sustainability front, we started doing some marine waste. Actually, we have collaborated with PFC, Buoyancy Plastic for Change. They are a Canadian company, and they came out with some non-FMCG containers. Non-FMCG containers, they are having oil contaminations. HDP cans, which HDP cans are automobile industry, the oil cans are being used and it is thrown. And this non-FMCG containers are not being recycled properly. And we got into agreement with that company, and we started the first 10 metric tons of recycling. And our machine is capable of handling the oils and skimming out the oil and then getting final product without the oil contamination. This we are working with Garnier also. So this PFC is a wing of Garnier. So the Garnier international company, which is very much interested on recycling and using the end product with the recycled material. So sustainability front, we are doing two things now. One is non-FMCG, which is being thrown and which nowadays is not being recycled properly, and the MLP, multi-layer plastic. Multi-layer plastics, which are Kurkure and Britannia, some aluminium foiled material, which are not being recycled, and it's being incinerated in Corporation of Chennai. They approached us and they have given me around 5 metric tons. We recycled and applied into that MLP we have given for some automobile industry. They have successfully blended in 10% in the bonnet and car parts, as well as the our transport vehicle parts. So it succeeded. Now it may ramp up now, and we may get some good result out of this. These two are the things we are working now: MLP and non-FMCG. containers.
Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing with us. It's really great to see that real time, as you said, 10% is being used already in the car park. So that is itself a very successful feat when you compare how difficult it is to recycle MLP. So what we want to request to you is the problem statement as the second part of the session.
Yeah, mainly we face marine waste. Marine waste is that nylon fish net. Nowadays it comes with a lot of contaminations. Like when you get the fish net for recycling, it has PP ropes, it has HTP ropes, it has nylon, and it has cotton wire, cotton ropes. So the segregation become very difficult. Before it used to be only nylon. Now what happened? Because of the cost saving, everything involved, now they use cheaper material. PP and HTP gets cheaper. Nylon costing around 160 rupees. So now they are using only for fishnet, nylon, other stay, buoy, everything they use different plastics. So it's marine waste is being nowadays there are a lot of NGOs in Thiruvanmiyur. Also one lady was calling me frequently, sir, how to recycle this. So the marine waste, ocean polluting waste is we are sitting in the marine belt, which is seashore area, Chennai, Vizag, Pandi, everywhere. The marine waste are not being recycled properly. To get the marine waste recycled, we need to have proper recyclable extruders like conical extruder. Conical extruder, it's costing around 4.2 crores. People like us who have experience, but we don't have capital to invest on this. So if we get such a support from getting these conical extruders for recycling the bulky volume materials like nylon, fishnet, and this PP woven sack bags, this type of conical extruder is one of the requirement for the recycling industry, but it costing too much. So we do our own way of recycling. And then the second one is frictional washing, like what we are just now I was talking about non-FMCG material, which is oil contaminated. The friction washer, what we are using is 20 horsepower only. But in Germany and all, they use friction washer with 50 horsepower, 150 horsepower. But they get the government support to use such a marvel equipments to remove atom level oil contamination from the post-consumer waste. If there is a small particle of oil is also there, the polymer rheology goes down and it goes to very quickly goes to the end of life status. Nowadays plastics are being recycled 4-5 times. But before, nowadays it is only 2 times because contamination could not be removed, and Western people, they use larger power, and they get government support for using that larger power. Here if I use 150 horsepower motor, already we are in loss. We cannot use this type of machinery. This is the biggest problem in India or in Asia. You can talk about Asia also, because Asian countries like Vietnam, Indonesia also, Malaysia, people are suffering because of cutting edge is not there. We have to recycle it. For recycling, we are using our own custom made methods. But in Germany, in Italy, people are doing in a very good manner, and they have the color sorters. We don't have the color sorter, 4.2 crores, and polymer sorter. In the conveyor itself, corporation yard waste is being sorted by polymer sorter. Whatever the polymer comes, like polyethylene bags, or it's thrown into different conveyors. No manpower involved, and at the end of the day, they get the products segregated properly. So, like that, polymer sorter is 4.2 crores in India, and friction washer, high power we have to utilize. Using that high power, we don't have the cutting edge. People are asking for, oh, you are using recycled material. You have to give me now the HDP rate is rupees 103 per kg. Then you have to give me almost 60% of the 103. So they are asking at 68 rupees. Per cost itself to get the scrap to my factory is 55 rupees. Afterwards, we have to wash, crush, make it in granule form, which all takes around 30 rupees, which goes to 93 rupees. Whereas people are asking for 68 rupees. In this case, how we can utilize the high value machinery or high power consuming machineries, which are the difficulties we face in India.
Thank you so much for elaborating. I think it was very, very clear what you have mentioned. The first point on the marine plastic waste and the full, contamination of nylon along with the PP, HDP mix, that I think definitely is a huge constraint. And you mentioned how conical extruder can support this. So we will definitely take that up as one of the problems. And the second on the frictional washing, that also it depends on the higher energy requirement, which is 150 hertz you have mentioned. So we have taken down that as well. Also to explore color sorting or polymer based type sorting in an affordable way in India. If we can bring it, then that is also going to make a huge difference, because 4-5 crores for the limit of MSMEs is a huge investment, and without support it's going to be really, really difficult. Finally, you mentioned about the prices and expectations for the recycled materials, especially for HDP. So can you also mention other polymers which we can work on to try to bring technologies which can help you to give a very competitive price for the market requirement? If you can name maybe 3 polymers which we can work on or research so that we can help the MSME sector make it very competitive as a recycled polymer.
Yeah, the main issue we face is nowadays plastics are being replaced for metals. To get that metal impact strength, they are blending with GF, glass fiber. So this glass fiber, when it is blended, which cannot be recycled. Nylon is filled with glass filled, means it is 30%. It's being used in gears instead of metals. Before they used to use aluminium gears. Now it has came up to the nylon GF and PPGF blended material. So to improve the strength, they blend with glass film. So this cannot be recycled. So it is like that, going to the end of life immediately. So other plastics which is coming into the market is PBT, polybutyl terephthalate. This is also having very good strength, and nowadays it's not being recycled properly because people does not know what is this material. The lower recyclers who does not know the real value of that particular material. So PBT, nylon GF, PPGF, and PCABS, which is being used in car mirrors, everything, to give the good strength. PC is mixed with ABS. So this material also not being recycled properly because it is blended, and people say that PCABS. So who will purchase? It has to go back to the automobile industry back, because it is coated with polymer paint, and the paint removal people does not know. In Delhi, people are doing in a different way. We have to utilize chemicals, special chemicals. To get that special chemicals, it's almost 60 rupees, 70 rupees. And to remove the paint, after removing the paint, we face the problem of pollution control. Paint has to be removed properly. Paint will sink into the water and it will be like a particles. This pollution problem comes to us. We need help on paint removal and recovery of paint after removal. We don't know this. It is happening to a lot of industry. What they do silently, they go and dump this paint contaminated material into some river, some ocean, and some people are going to some garbage yards. So they throw or somebody burns also. So this paint removal is one of the another problem recyclers are being faced. Another one is HDPE, PP. Nowadays, when we get cap material, all your food container, beverage containers, cap material, we want Coca-Cola or Pepsi or any companies, they only make with HDPE. What they do to reduce the cost, some ghee making people are making with the caps, with the PET bottle caps, they make with PP. What happens when it comes to the recycler like us, it's contaminated with the HDPE and PP mixed. The caps are HDPE 85%, 15% PP. PP density is 0.91 and HDPE density is 0.93. There comes the problem of separation. If it is like ABS, we have to separate from PP means we raise the brine, we put salt and increase the density of the water to 1.04 or 1.05 and ABS will sink down, PP will float. So easily we can separate. Whereas in HDPE and PP, the margin is very, very less. We face the problem in this decontrol of alcohol. Before we used to use alcohol to increase this, reduce the water density. We mix around 10% so that water density will be hovering around 0.9. In that case, HDPE will float, PP will go down. So we were able to remove PP material separate, HDPE material separate. So the main issue over here is paint removal and some copolymers are coming into the market. But that copolymers, the people who make like X Chemical or UOP or Exxon, whoever makes it, they should give a recyclable waste. This material is copolymer, which has 3 polymers inside. Like that, we don't get that support from the OEM, original equipment, original manufacturer should give some support to the recyclers, which is not happening. Polycarbonate and ABS is a biggest problem we face, and paint removal we face biggest problem. After this alcohol decontrol, we face the problem of separation of HDPE and PP, and thermocol. Thermocol, nowadays it is being recycled and made as photo frames, and this is very good exposure has come. The corporation yards are collecting all this thermocol separately, and they are giving to some recyclers, which is fairly happening nowadays. Whereas polystyrene, that is thermocol, is recycled properly nowadays. But other plastics like PCABS or polyacetal, or which is called as Delrin, in the market they call it as Delrin, but the chemical name is polyacetal, and some PU foams, which is shoe material, which is all not being recycled properly, because it is reaction engineered. PU foams, the shoe soles are plentifully available in the market, coming to the yard, which is not being recycled. It is being incinerated only nowadays. PU foams and this copolymers, which people are producing for strengthening the polymers. The original manufacturer should give us some idea how to recycle this material.
Thank you so much, sir. One last question before we wrap up. As far as now you see, Swiggy, Zomato deliveries have increased so much, and there is also increase in the food container waste. So with food residues, and you have that in the post-consumer waste cycle. So is there a value addition that is being done for the food container waste, which is coming up heavily now, or what kind of solutions are there? What kind of technology can we bring in this, especially for the food containers?
Yeah, food containers nowadays, because of the PET price is going up gradually, it is being replaced with PP containers nowadays. Future will find only PP, because PET is very costly nowadays. It is going up to 108 and 120 rupees per kilo. PP is around 103 to 93. So people are going for PP now, food containers. But PET is being recycled properly nowadays, food which are coming with the food containers. Whereas PP is scarce now. It will also boom up very shortly. Food containers, only the issue over here is the caps. People are refrigerated containers, they use HDP. For some other material, they use PP. So these are all the problems we face. Food container recycling. Mainly we face a problem with this oil containers. Oil containers, oil removal is also another problem. Regarding the food containers, we have very good wash lines nowadays in India. We can remove ghee, we can remove all the caustic soda we apply, and remove all the food contaminations. It is not an issue for us, and we get crystal clear flakes out of PET bottles, and it is being used as B2B now, bottle to bottle, and the government is encouraging up to 30% we have to blend nowadays, but the blending of 30% is not happening in ground reality. In papers it is happening. 30% I am recycling. If they recycle 30%, the clarity of the bottle will become dull. But the government is forcing. So in paper they are doing, I am doing 30% recycled material blended with food containers. It's not happening in reality. Whereas food containers recycling, we don't have any issues nowadays. We have a very good friction washer for that handling, and we have some reactors with boilers, so that the steam is sent to the caustic reactor. When it goes into the caustic reactor, all the food contaminations are being removed, and it can be washed properly. In India, is into the level of coating nowadays. Polyester resin. Before they used to use thermoset polyester. Nowadays they are using thermoplastic polyester, which is PET bottles. Whatever the fines which is generated after washing, that fines being made as a liquid, and it is being coated in the boats where the marine atmosphere is exposed, and it is being used in FRP also, fiber reinforced plastics also. So instead of using the thermoset polyester, nowadays people are using for LNG gas pipelines, which is being coated nowadays with the polyester resin, which is actually a PET bottle, which comes out to the road, and it is being recycled, and it is made as a liquid form, and it is coated for protecting the pipeline in the ground. So food container recycling, India is doing good.
But when we talk about food trays and other PP based containers, there the quality is very, very low, and to achieve a food grade level of recycling, there are gaps in that whole process. What is your thought for the ones we discard from our houses, which we get for your meals or mini tiffins or everything which we order? No, the lower grade, not the PET but the lower grade.
Yeah, here it is like that food packings which are coming like tray type. Is first layer is LDP layer, and sometimes they use PET layer also. It's like a multi-layer plastics. So to sustain the heat, they use PET. To sustain the coldness, they use LDP. So sometimes they use this high impact polystyrene also. HIPS, we call it as HIPS, high impact polystyrene. So this material also, when it is comes to the segregation yard, it's being separated, whereas the layers of different plastics which people does not know what happens, it ends up into the ground or it ends up into the incinerator, which makes a direct impact to the ozone layer, all these things. So now the problem is food trays which are coming should be single plastic, whereas in India, to make it appealing or make it something people will take immediately, they use different layers of plastics, and at the end of the day, like MLP, what I told you, the covers, all these grains which are coming, before when you drop some polythene cover, it will tear. Nowadays it won't tear because it has 6 layers. Up to nylon there sometimes people are using, so that it won't tear when you drop or when you hit on the floor or anything. So this is really a problem for recyclers, which the produce manufacturer should understand recyclers issues. Hey, I am doing with 9 polymers. When it goes to the street, how they are going to recycle it? Sustainability should be like everyone's responsibility. Nowadays it is being attacked only for recyclers. Oh, sustainability, what will happen to future of this? Whereas the manufacturer himself should think, hey, if I do with 8 polymers, nowadays lucky we are that MLP multi-layer plastic covers or Kurkure covers are being coming with only 2-3 layers nowadays. Only LD PET or PP PET or aluminium coated. If it is a baby food, it is aluminium coated inside. This is a biggest problem with multi-layer. People are multi-layer to improve the strength, to reduce the cost. People are doing multi-layer trays, which is a difficult situation nowadays, which is to be taken. Government has to come out with some good policy that this type of trays with single polymer they should make.
Thank you so much, sir. I think, yes, as you mentioned, sustainability is everyone's responsibility, and we are so thankful and grateful that you shared us a lot of realistic problems that the recyclers are facing, representing the whole of the recyclers, and to talk about different plastics and all of the processes. It has given us a very detailed idea of what kind of solutions will help the whole of the recycling industry and how we can support you and many other recyclers like you in this journey. Thank you so much for your valuable time and all of the information and insights you have given. We will stay connected. Have a great evening, sir.
Yeah.